What's up, everybody? And welcome to my Socially Speaking. I'm your girl, Sunny Day, and this is my Socially Speaking. Author of social work drama, available on Amazon.com in both ebook and paperback. I hope everybody's doing great today, for the most part, because I know it could be challenging out there in those streets. That's why I'm here for you, to bring some sunshine to you whenever I get here, because you bring sunshine to me by tuning in. Appreciate that. And as always, I'm super happy to see you and bring you some content. Kind of got like a dual thing going on today. Just going to mention something basically briefly, and then I'm going to rant. I do not typically normally rant. Today I'm going to rant about something. And actually, when I brought it to you before, it wasn't a rant. I touched on this topic. I did a segment about it when I started my channel earlier, around June or July or something. I briefly mentioned it, but I want to go in a little bit on it today, if you don't mind, because it's just not right. It is not acceptable. I've had it up to there with things that people keep doing that's just not okay in the work environment, okay? So basically what my rant is about today are people at work who bring their, or attempt to impose their idiosyncrasies, their miseries, their discontentment when they're walking around with the baggage and bringing it straight to the job, and then expect that their coworkers, colleagues, supervisors, people that you cohabitate with in the work setting, you believe that those persons are supposed to tolerate your poor, inappropriate, unprofessional, rude, disrespectful behavior. No. And shout out to my girl Amber. Hey, Amber. This topic was encouraged by my girl Amber, because I was sharing with her some challenges that I was experiencing at work. And I mean, I've seen it throughout my whole career. I have a different career now, or I'm doing a different type of job now. And it's worsened as the years go on. I mean, I've always witnessed it. I've always seen disgruntled people at work. I worked as a 9/11 disaster counselor for Safe Horizon, and I had a coworker that said to me, literally, out wherever she is, she's doing great and flourishing and doing well and happy and healthy. And we weren't even really good friends, but she was training me, and she said to me, I only have 9 more years to go. And she said it like, I'm going to tolerate this job, and I'm sorry, it was 8. She said, I only have 8 more years to go. And she said it like, I'm going to tolerate this misery, because you could see that she was miserable. You could see it in a lot of people. A lot of people don't care to camouflage it. Like, you could tell by your mannerisms, your behavior. She was taking an assessor ride to work, a handicap ride to work. And she was very knowledgeable, very informative. She seemed to be really good at what she did, but she had baggage from her life, something about taking care of her grandchildren for her daughter. And though she was good at what she did, she was a case manager. I don't believe she was into it. And then maybe her personal life obviously was affecting her work performance or not her work performance, but how she treated her coworkers. This is a situation. People have a deep-seated tendency to believe that whatever I'm going through, whatever pain, suffering, hardship, disgust, angst, whatever I'm going through, that I'm permitted to take that into my work setting and allow it to infiltrate my work setting in a negative way. People believe that that's okay, it's acceptable, and it should be tolerated. No, it's not. And the people that do that, they should be addressed. Their behavior should be addressed by their supervisors because it's selective. Their asses don't do that to the supervisors. When the supervisors at any setting come walking around, their asses straighten up, they become polite, they become courteous. I bet you if a damn mass shooting would occur up in that job, those people will be looking for each other for support. So why are you sitting up in a job being so mean intentionally and being so disrespectful, unprofessional, and unpleasant towards people? It's not okay. And if you have things disturbing in your life or hurtful in your life, you're supposed to take accountability and fix those things. If you do not have the insight and know how, then you seek assistance, you seek help. You go to a friend, a trusted friend. You go to find a pastor. And you don't even have to be a member of a church to find a pastor to assist you. And guess what? If it isn't that first pastor that you seek out to assist you, if they can't, go to somebody else. Look for somebody else. You don't give up. You stay committed to finding help. You can find it in a friend, a family member, a pastor. You can, I hate to say it and I always say it here, I don't believe there's many sound, professional, helpful mental health workers out there, but I know that there are. So it would have to take probably some assertion, some aggression to locate one, but you can probably locate one. And then pull on your own strength. Until then, if you can't find a friend, a family member, you can't find a pastor, a preacher, if you can't find a therapist, you do not give up on yourself. You go to God, you dig deep within, you meditate, find out what works for you. That's another presenting issue. Most people don't even know what they like. People don't know if reading is helpful to them. They don't know if they like massage or resting, sleep, vacations. You got to find out what makes you feel good. You have to find out what brings you peace, and joy and happiness. And it's not something external or materialistic or superficial. Happiness is an inside job. We should all know that one by now. But I'm so sick of people bringing their shortcomings, because somebody has said to me, oh, well, because I was complaining about a horrible coworker, and someone said, well, you never know, what the person is going through. And my response is, I don't need to know because it's none of my business. But even though, because let's take myself, just to illustrate, if you've read my book, you've seen what I've experienced in a work setting. It's deplorable. I can't even think of a word to call it, what I experienced in the work environment. Those situations that I observed and was a part of and what I witnessed, that stuff, no one should experience that, especially a dedicated, committed, hardworking person such as myself. Because I go to work in any setting that I'm in. I show up to work. I don't go to work looking for friends and looking for, of course you want to get paid, but I'm not at work looking for friends or just socialization. Now, if I find a friend, that's nice. If a friendship unfolds naturally, I'm good, but it's work. So I'm showing up to perform the responsibilities I agreed to do in exchange for the payment. I digress again, but no one should have experienced what I experienced in a work setting. And I do not go to work at each job, this job, any job, carrying that baggage. Now, it was so horrific for me. I do remember And when things happen to us, when we have certain experiences, we should learn from them and grow from them. I don't want to be, it was traumatizing what happened, but I don't want to carry the trauma with me on a day-to-day basis. I don't want to go into my next job carrying in all those instances that happened to me from '09 up until last year in mental health settings. I don't want to walk with that. So I have to address it within my own mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Else I'll be walking in a job disgruntled. I'll become physically sick, medically sick. I'll be disgruntled. I can't. I can't. And you shouldn't either. No one. You deserve to treat yourself better. So people that have, I know hurt people hurt people. I know. But listen, there's no more excuses because we don't have time to be. Don't you see how we're bringing each other down? We're hurting each other. And if you don't like somebody, I say this all the time here. If you don't like somebody, stay out their face. And don't try to do anything malicious to someone. I can't stand all of these nefarious people. It's like really, and I'm calling you out. I'm calling them on it when I see it. And I'm super nice. I'm super pleasant. And I know a bunch of super nice, super pleasant people that I don't try to exploit their kindness. I know that people try to exploit my kindness. But once you do, and once I see this is what you're trying to do, and then I check you, they get mad. But you should be mad at yourself because you should have never came to me like that. Just because I'm nice, I'm far, far, far from stupid. And I'm never not going to be nice. I've always been nice. I love being nice. No, I'm not the nicest person you've ever seen. Believe it or not, I actually know some people I think are nicer than me. Hey, Shantisha. Hey, Shadaria. Hey, Sade. Hey, Aunt Mary. Yeah, hey, Keisha. There's a couple of people that actually are nicer than me. But I do that I know. And I'm sure there's many others in the world. But us kind, nice, sweet people, we're not pushovers. So in the work environment, when we're being supportive and when we're being what? Professional, don't sleep on us. Don't think that you're going to come over here with your negativity and try to hurt us because we ain't having it. We going to clap back in a professional way. Then you could get yourself all mad and then don't want to speak and make everything worse, but you should be upset with yourself. So, for those people, I'm sure nobody watching is that type of person, but anybody watching that knows people like that at work, I say, no, don't be confrontational. Don't hurt nobody, but don't tolerate it. Don't bypass it. Go ahead and report it. I reported it to a supervisor. I reported it to two supervisors. I think they addressed it like a little bit because what happens is that the people are so nefarious. They fool the supervisor. Like to me, you're the biggest devil I've ever seen, but to the supervisor, you're an angel. And then some of them even so stupid, they'll talk about the supervisor to me when you don't even like me. What you talking about the supervisor to me for? I don't like you. I don't like you because you don't like me. And that's not okay. It's not acceptable, and I don't encourage people to do it. But that's something I'm working on. If I learn you don't like me and you treat me bad, then I don't like you either. However, I am going to be as professional as I can in a work setting. But my extra love, which is very unchristian like of me, and I am a Christian, but my extra love and genuine concern and positive regard, I kind of reserve it because I'm like repulsed by your negativity and basically you, the person who's being so disrespectful at work. But I encourage you to say something. Speak up. When you have a coworker who is coming to work disgruntled and, whatever they do. Last week, this lady was like cursing, like for no reason. Yeah, sometimes I'll say a curse when I get upset. But she's just like having a regular conversation with me and cursing. And just like I see her doing like mean little things. And then you expect me to feel sorry for you when you say, I'm not feeling sorry for anybody anymore. I'm just not. I'm not. Because why? Most of the time, guess what? These people are lying. They're lying because they want you to feel sorry for them. I know. It's sickening. It's sickening, and it's it's disgusting. It really is. But that's why we're going to continue to use our God-given wisdom and be discerning and stay professional and speak up. And if you say something, because I said something to my manager and the behavior didn't change from my coworker, so I said something to the other manager and the behavior still didn't change. So I lightly said something to the person. And it still didn't 100% change, but I will say that there was some slight improvement. So what I learned from that is that particular coworker is just disrespectful. Because if your one manager, the assistant manager told you about it, the manager told you about your behavior, and then the person who you are attempting to impose that behavior upon, we all three spoke to you, the behavior modification never occurred, or like you'll change, like a bad relationship when you tell the guy, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, and then he changed for 2 weeks. That's what it was like for me. A bad relationship. The person never really changed. So then at work, I'm feeling like that person's disrespectful. And I got issues being respectful towards people that are disrespectful towards me. Now, I'm not going to reciprocate and be disrespectful at work because it's just not. It's just not me. It's just not my character. But like I said, that extra love, positive regard, kindness, the exceptional concern and consideration, you ain't getting that from me. I'm going to say, hi, how are you? Very, very light, real light and subtle support, within the job description. That's it. And that's not real nice of me either. But I can't give you the all on, because first of all, that I came in like that, giving it to you, and then you didn't appreciate it or you don't want it. And you don't got to do nothing. You don't got to give me no money. I don't want none of your food. I don't want to come to your house. I don't want nothing from you. I just want us to get along while we are in this work setting. I don't want to participate in gossip. I don't want any, as much as I can at work, I don't want any negativity, and I don't want to contribute to it, and for those of you who are at work and you walk by and the people stop talking, it's okay. It's okay. Because guess what? They're not talking to you. And even if people are talking about you, it's none of your business. They're having a conversation with one another. And if you know you're walking up right, you know you're not trying to be disrespectful, you know you're not hurting anybody, you know you're not doing anything inappropriate, you have no reason to be concerned. And on top of that, if people doing that to you at work, that speaks to their disgusting character. That speaks to their poor professionalism, because it's like, it shows you like, you're so dumb. Y'all talking about me like right here. You're so dumb. I walk up, you're going to stop talking. You're so dumb. Like, it's so obvious that I know you're talking about me. But don't worry about it, because they don't know you the way they wish they knew you. And I learned from my apostle, you can't even be offended, because they don't know you and they don't mean anything to you, because people that mean something to you, they're not going to treat you like that. So don't allow yourself to be offended by people that you don't know, you don't care about a year or 2, 5 years from now. They're not going to mean anything to you. They don't mean anything to you now. You just know them because y'all sharing that workspace now. So, and I mean, I don't know if you're going to be at your job 5 years, 10 years, whatever, but don't allow yourself to be offended by anybody at work or even out of work that don't mean anything to you. People that are colleagues, acquaintances, their opinion, no one else's opinion of you really matters that much. But when you know that you're trying to do your best, you're doing your best, you're not a gossiper, you're not trying to hurt anybody, you're doing your job, when you know you're walking upright, you really don't have to be that much bothered by it, because it's just annoying for me, because I've seen it so much, and it's just ridiculous in the time that we live in. It's like, and then it's especially annoying because, to be honest with you, I'm witnessing it from people of a certain age, like women over 50. Like, it really allows me to see like how far behind some people really are. Because no, you live a life at a certain age. We are supposed to grow. We're supposed to become educated. We're supposed to become enlightened, informed. We're supposed to improve. Somebody told me a long time ago, the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. I mean, women in their 50s still acting like junior high school or high school fools. That's ridiculous. Like, get your life. But guess what? If at 50 something, far as I'm concerned, you ain't get your life yet, you ain't gonna never get it. That's why you're standing up there all disgruntled like a big jackass. Because basically, that's what you are at a job, behaving like a child, and like a gossiper, and trying to intentionally hurt other people and carrying the burdens of whatever it is. Like, people are always coming to work complaining about their personal life. Why are you complaining and talking about your personal life to these people at this job that you, when they walk away, you complaining and talking about them? That's not right. That's not nice. And then, like, these people indulge you and they listen. And if it's somebody genuinely listening, like, that, pain shared is pain lessened. So you should appreciate that these people listen. I mean, it's probably, they still probably gossiping and laughing about you behind your back. That's why those I don't do. If I got anything, which I ain't got nothing going on personally to be crying about, but if I did, I would not at all go into a job and tell my problems, because they don't care. And guess what? Their stuff is way raggedier than yours. So, and top it off, do something about it. Why keep every day going in your job with the baggage of whatever is hurtful, harmful at home, or whatever issue you have, and you're carrying it with you everywhere. You're carrying it with you to your job, and it's infiltrating into the other people you're interacting with. And some of it is bull crap, because if you're in customer service, once you get with that customer or the client, you don't act like that, or the supervisor, you don't do that. So don't do that to your coworkers. But if you're carrying baggage and hurtful pain and stuff at the job and spreading it around to your coworkers, why don't you just fix your issues? Address your issues. Because we're not obligated to tolerate your behavior. We're not. And that's why I encourage people to speak up and say something. Because people think when I have a coworker that really doesn't like me and demonstrates that to me, when they come to me and try to talk about my supervisor or my coworkers to me that they act like they try to talk about them to me, I don't engage them at all. I change the subject. I distract them. You're not going to be coming over here dumping on me when you're not nice to me, and you're acting like you're nice to her, the fake nice, fake news. But then you're going to come over to me, and then you're saying it to me because you know you trust me. You know I'm not going to say anything, even though I don't like you, and you don't like me. How cray is that? This is what we got to deal with. And how stupid is it? Like, y'all, get yourself together. Basically, the people that I'm talking about, they would never watch my channel. So, my people that's watching this, we good. Because we don't do that. We don't do that. No, we're not perfect. No, we don't got everything all together. But we just don't do that. We real type classy. We the type of people trying to lift somebody up, trying to love somebody. Those other people that's walking around in the job, acting like a fool, thinking somebody gonna tolerate your stuff, sitting up there watching the clock, go to work. This is a big one. I can't tell you how many times now and in the past. I'm going to work and there's a coworker, a supervisor, a colleague, director, a worker just got there. I can't wait for the day to be over. I can't wait to go home. That's a horrible way to live your life. You're rushing the next 8 hours. Like I said about I started talking about the former coworker that said, I only got 8 more years. And she said it like it was only 8 hours. No, your life and you are precious. Your time is precious. Don't go sitting somewhere. Okay, if it's an off day, all right. But day in and day out and over and over. Okay, if you have a day and you're sleepy, you're lethargic and all, I can't wait for the day to be over. All right, not you. But those people like that former coworker, I only got 8 more years. And I looked at her like, I thought she had misspoke. 8 years? You're going to tolerate misery willingly for 8 years? So when you agree to do that, you almost don't have a right to complain because you sign up for it. You volunteer. I'm going to do 8 years mean, mad, nasty, pissed off. And it's, oh my God, I can't. It's horrible. So to those people that go to work, as soon as you get in, you can't wait to go home. Please go to God. Please go to God. I mean, again, you're probably not even watching this channel, but us, if we fall into that, please go to God, because that's not a way to live your beautiful, wonderful, sweet, blessed life. Hating the place you go to every day. Change it. Change it. Whatever the situation is, change it and work towards changing it. I'm not recommending that changing it is 1, 2, 3 simple. Change your situation if it makes you unhappy. Work at it. Work towards changing it. Work towards doing something that makes you feel more comfortable, something more fulfilled. Don't accept anything that's beneath you. Sorry. And there's sometimes some things beneath you. Don't accept it. Okay? On the other side, the other part of what I wanted to tap into tonight, I'm going to talk about it more at length another time because it's just really, it's just too sad for me to explore tonight. And I have to get some more details about it. But Kristoff St.John is a very famous Young and the Restless TV soap opera star. He committed suicide today or yesterday. I believe he was 52 or 54. Great, handsome looking guy. If you look at the Young and Restless, you'll remember him. In 2014, reportedly, his son committed suicide. So that just makes me think about the fact that it was probably hereditary. He was obviously depressed. I don't know if he had any other psychiatric illnesses. That's why I want to talk about it a little more later in the week because I want to do some research. But I heard about it from TMZ earlier today. And I think it popped up on my phone too, but I'm going to look into it. So in closing, I want to say, I heard somebody else say that your mental health is as important as your physical health. And that is true. I do not know what it is going to take for us to acknowledge that, because so many people are under-supported no matter what, and medicating themselves, ignoring it, and we're just not kind to each other. We're doing all kinds of things to each other that we just should not be doing. And a lot of it could be and are triggers for breakdowns, triggers for relapse, triggers for episodes and outbursts. And I just have to do some more research to see exactly what happened to him. But whenever I hear of something like that happening, I definitely want to touch on it. And so I can hopefully enlighten some people, maybe educate someone or support someone through this channel. And if nothing else, just remind you that your mental health is very, very important, and pay attention to how you feel. And when you're not feeling good, do what you need to do to make yourself feel better within reason and something that's healthy. And I've been reading some interesting books lately. I'm going to bring you one of them, of course, is Michelle Obama, and the other is the CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz. He's got a really interesting story. Like, I mean, I just read a little bit of it, and I want to meet him. That's how much. That's how impressionable the daggone book is. And, like, my heart just goes out to him. Like, wow. And I just started reading it, both of them. So I'm going to read 2 books at the same time. Anyway, that's my rant. And I will see you guys on Thursday. And remember, what? We literally have each other's hearts in our hands. So let's be good to each other. Let's be kind to each other. Let's be patient. And I'm taking my own advice. I could do it. I just can't take the disrespect stuff. Like, when you start to try to come over here with that, you gotta. So, stay blessed, and I'll see you next time.